Hi guys! Thanks for coming back and watching my reviews. I have some more products to review this week. Alright, so the first thing that I wanted to review this week is these little Wilton shimmer dusts. Now these are different. They're not the pearl dust and they're not the color dust. They're like only in metal colors. So I have a gold one and a silver one, and then it came with like a pearly one that when I bought these, I thought that they were going to be like pearl dust, which we all know what that is, and they were in these bigger little things. So I thought, oh, pearl dust in a bigger container. So they are not at all. They are just a dust, powder dust, that I guess you're supposed to just put them over your fondant work, and they're supposed to just give it a little bit of a shimmer. I don't see how that's much different from pearl dust, so I tried to mix it with a little bit of alcohol like I do with my pearl dust and brush it on, and that was a bad mistake. They do not work like that either. So these were just really hard to work with, and I didn't like them very much. I definitely prefer pearl dust, and I don't really get the point of these when they have the pearl dust. Now I got these at Joann's. Again, you can get these at any craft store, any baker store, whatever, that carries Wilton. But yeah, I've had these for a while. Don't like them. Definitely prefer pearl dust. Now, moving on to the pearl dust. All my pearl dust and color dust I buy through Wilton at like Joann's and Michael's. So I have like a whole bunch of them. So I have the original pearl dust. So that's white. Okay. And then I also have the silver, which I love, love, love. When I just want to paint on a little bit of silver and I don't want to get my airbrush machine out, I'll just break my silver pearl dust out and it works wonders. I also have a gold one that I use, and the gold one works wonders too. I did actually just use that today, and it really, really works. Now I have a pink pearl dust. It's a pretty deep pink. This is actually the light pink of the pinks, and it's a deep pink, and it covers very well. It's very pigmented, and it's not just a shimmer or a sheen that it's putting onto your work. It is full on color, and it has shimmer in it. So I kind of use this as a color dust and not a pearl dust, because I also have a color dust that is just the color dust. It is the exact same color as the pearl dust, just one has shimmer and one does not. So I use them in the same way. When I want color, I use one, and when I want shimmer, I use one, and when I don't want shimmer, I use the other. And honestly, I don't think that I should have gotten the one that doesn't have shimmer in it, because I hardly ever use it. I've had it forever, and I don't use it because it does put so much pigmentation onto my fondant, and I already have pigment in my fondant because I colored it that way. So yeah. And then the purple one is the same way. The purple pearl dust is really shimmery, but it's very pigmented, so it will change the color of your fondant that you are putting it on. So I have not tried to airbrush the pink or the purple pearl dust on like I sometimes do with my regular pearl dust and my silver pearl dust. So I don't know how that would work, but I might do that and keep y'all updated on that. If y'all want to know more about that, just comment down below and let me know so I can do that for you. Alright, the next thing that I have to review is this little extruder that I got from Joann's. Now this is not a cake product. This is not a baking product. Wilton doesn't make it. This is a clay product. Now it comes in two pieces, and you stick your fondant down in there. See that? Okay. And then it comes out of this end, and you can get long little ropes and stuff, and little ropes of fondant, and it just works a lot better than like rolling your ropes of fondant out, because you get really good even ropes with this. Now they come with, I just put all my little attachments in here in this little Tupperware thing. They come with all these little attachments. There are so many in there. for like anything. You could make like hair out of some of them and like hearts out of some of them. It's crazy. But so it's very handy to have. Now they make, this is the cheapest one that I found, and they make these with like a crank on them, and those are supposed to be easier. I only have this one, and honestly it is very hard, and you have to put in a lot of strength, and you have to kind of grease down in there and so that your fondant doesn't stick, and it can be a pain in the butt, but once you get used to it, it's okay. But it is like half the price of the more expensive crank ones, so I just use this. Maybe one day I'll get one of the crank ones when I just get tired of pressing so hard. Also, it helps if you have a really soft fondant. My friend came over and tried to use this with her fondant, and her fondant was a little bit too hard and it just wasn't working at all. So we had to switch to my fondant so that we could actually get our work done. So yeah, so if you've been interested in one of these, definitely get one there. They come in lots of handy. Come in handy? Lots of handy? No. Next thing I have a review is these little Wilton ABC cutouts. I have a couple missing because I've been using them, and they're in the dishwasher right now. But you have your A through Z, of course, and then you also have your 0 through 9 down here. There's 37 pieces, and this is from Wilton. I think I got this at Michael's. It was like $10, so of course I used a coupon and made it like $5. Now, when I first got these, I did not like them at all. I used them, and I think I might have cursed at them, and I just did not like them at all, and my fondant kept sticking, and I had to stick a toothpick in to get them because there's so many tiny little crevices for your fondant to stick. So I kind of just put them up and did not use them for a very long time, but it got to the point where I just really needed them, and I had no choice because I didn't buy anything else. So I can show you like the cue. They're so tiny, and you get so many things like stuck in them. And like the one that I have the most problem with is this A, because it like stretches the fondant as it comes out. So you don't get, I mean, you don't get the same look as it is in the cutter, because your stuff is getting stretched out. Your fondant is getting kind of stretched out. But I have been using this for about 6 months now, and like actually using it. I've had it for a little bit longer. So I was actually using it for about 6 months now, and I have decided that I really, really like these, and they come in handy a lot. So I kind of take back everything that I said about these, because I figured out how to use them. I just learned that if you have these, I'm just going to tell you my little tip. You roll your fondant out really, really thin, like thinner than you normally would. Like, I know that when you're cutting out pieces, you are supposed to roll your fondant out really thin, but I'm talking like thin, like you can almost see through it. Like sometimes I can see my powdered sugar underneath my fondant because it is so thin. So you do that, and then you make sure that you are rolling it out on cornstarch, and then you dip your little cutout in the cornstarch, and then you put it in the fondant and cut it out, and then it comes out a lot easier. And I still sometimes take like the back of a paintbrush, like a tiny paintbrush, and I stick it in there and kind of push it out a little bit, and it just helps it a whole lot. But these have come in handy a lot, and so I take back everything I said about them, and I actually do love them. Alright, so that is my review. If you would like me to review anything, I have tons of products. Just comment down below so that I can see what you want to see and you want to see me review. And if you are not liking something and you want me to try it out, maybe give you some tips on it, just let me know that too. Go ahead and comment down below. Make sure you subscribe, and I will see you later.